Okay, Coach, we are just west of downtown Denver off of I-25 at Empower Field at Mile High. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Denver Broncos. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36.
At their own 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Let's go, baby. They turn over. Get that ball. Get that ball.
From the 39, Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Lock in the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at the 20.
We got to step it up.
Go.
You got motion man.
Hey, Charlie.
Motion man right there.
Sleep grip.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. Oh, he's got a little daylight. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And this will set them up nicely deep down in KC territory. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 63 yards. So from their own 20 all the way to the red zone now. A chance to capitalize on 1st and 10. On 1st down, right back to Lindsay. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line. The excellent play last time is followed by a much more routine gain of 3.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
On the ground, this is T.J. Yeldon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football. And the plays he's making, he's spelling them in the offensive backfield.
And he'll get inside the 10, but he's short of the line he needed. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. And McManus able to put it through. had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
And one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed them to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early. But if there's that special one there, I say they go get him.
Bullet high. Let's go defense. Exit. Let's go defense. All right, here we go. Mike 5-4.
Yellow.
Mike 5-4. Blue Dan. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Back to the air on second down. It's Mahomes. Forced out to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. On the toss, here's Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
15.
Mahomes now on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Here's Mahomes to throw. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 41-yard line.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
So a first and 10 now in Denver territory at the 41.
Safety's creeping.
Now here's Mahomes. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. Williams loses the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Call it a loss of 6 on the play, and it'll make this a second and long.
Down. 15 line. 15 line.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Ready. Let's go.
On second down, here's Locke. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Yeah. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
Mike Fopo. Here we go, here we go. 36, 36. Hey.
Get it.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And some room to run now. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It was third and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards. A first look at the NFL scoreboard comes from down in Arizona, and the early lead there belonging to the Cardinals. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Now a carry for Lindsey. And an alley to run. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
70, Indy. Hey, box drop, box drop.
44's Mike, 44's Mike. Check, check. Check the out, check the out, check the out. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Check.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Lindsey. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Philip Lindsey with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Mahomes going to throw. Trying to lay one up deep. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 77 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
How about the throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
They'll run here with Lindsey. Oh, now Lindsey lost the football.
Wow. That ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
I'm here all day.
Hey, high 7. Now.
On 2nd and 9. Lock. That one complete to Yeldon. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the second down pass play only went for 2. Throwing his Lock on 3rd down. He finds Yeldon. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 46.
Hey, echo.
They run it from the gun with Yeldon. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. The linebacker, Anthony Hitchens, there on the stop.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Hey. Hey, orbit. Dude.
On 2nd down, it's Lindsey. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Lindsey, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13.
Topper! Look at me, zipper! Go!
44 is the mic. 44 is Mike. Check it.
Now to the air. Lock. Steps away to his... And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. It was Breland Speaks getting home to the quarterback that time. And a play like that, with how far he had to go to make that sack, shows how athletic defensive ends have become in the NFL.
And not just athletic. This is coached in a big way. Run to the football at all times. How about him never giving up on it and pursuing all the way across the field?
Let's go. Here we got Mike, number 53.
Ready?
On 3rd and long, it's Lock. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Thought they were going to force a 4th down. Instead, P.I. gives them the first.
And that's frustrating because you think you've taken them really deep into the count, haven't you? Instead, you've got to start all over. That can really be demoralizing.
Rock it.
Watch twist.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. This is the tight end Fant. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Now those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there.
60 Pittsburgh.
Mike. You don't want this.
80 weapons. Go.
I got him. On me.
Hey, Alpha. 5.
Riddick with a carry. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards there on the carry. Gets it back to 2nd and 11.
70, Indy.
Mike,
Hey, Delta.
man, I got you. 44.
On 2nd and 11 now. Lock. And the catch made. This is Emmanuel Sanders. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
A gain of 2 makes it 3rd down and 10.
Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs.
You got nothing.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lock. And down inside the 15 he goes. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Lock going to bring the offense up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 6 for 6 here to start the ball game.
Hey, exit.
Fofo's Mike. Mike's Fofo.
Now.
Into the red zone, it's Lock. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Hey.
Bud, be ready.
Hey, Haywood.
44's the Mike. 44's the Mike.
Let's go.
Draw play. This is Yeldon. Yeldon fighting. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. And this one will be taken up. They'll spot it right at the 7. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 30-second mark of this first half. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again. Check. Fresno.
Hey, Rimley.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that one almost intercepted. Call it a 50-50 ball. It falls incomplete, and now 3rd down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Yellow.
Mike 5-4. Black strap. Watch the run. 54's Mike.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. It's Kelsey on the ground. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Here's Dustin Colquitt now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Fielded at the 33. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football, Football 101 tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Brings up second and 8. At the 7.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8.
61, matchbox lights. Shoot.
They'll go again with Lindsey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
It's now 3rd and 9.
Let's go.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Let's go.
Five.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We take it win.
Block working out of the gun. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Now Mahomes. Eluding the pressure right. He'll try and run it, and he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
On second down, Williams. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
They'll run it with Williams. And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Damian Williams hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. Point after, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Pilot, 64, weak. Now. Look at me. Go. Ready.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Get the ball.
Hard.
Now T.J. Yeldon. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
Zoo. Coming. 5.
On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. And an alley to run. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 35-yard line. They'll run. It's Lindsey. And he loses the football a 2nd time. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
On 2nd and 12, Locke. The open man is Westbrook. What a play that turns out to be, 36 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. They'll run with Lindsey, and he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed.
Go. Hey, seam 6.
44's Mike. Check. Let's go.
And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And the avenue collapsed for him as he's going to be held up short of the goal line. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1. This is 3rd and goal, this Chiefs defense. They're giving it all they got.
132 fighter.
Show it up.
Leo.
Goose. Undercrunch. Check 9.
Hit it.
They'll try to run with Lindsey. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Only a yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal.
It's now 4th and goal.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal.
Slam.
Locke will try to sneak. Try to wedge his way in there. No signal. I don't think he got there. He didn't. They try the sneak, but not enough push. He doesn't get in. And the ball's going to be going back to the Chiefs. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going, and above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
To throw, it's Mahomes. Dancing to his left. He'll run it. It's a gain of 7, and that'll make this a second down. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. Throwing again on second down. Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. Now a loose football. The ball comes out.
The offense retains possession.
So still backed up, but the situation not as dire now. 1st and 10 at the 14. Now Williams. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They run it again with Williams. And he's able to get up here to the 26. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Kelsey, the intended receiver there. That'll bring up second down.
Yellow, I'm going, 80.
Check. Walk 54. Hey, come on.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. He takes this for 3 to the 29. As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium, they always post it in there. Welcome to Denver. Altitude 5,280 feet. The air is rare.
From the gun on third down, Mahomes. Got his man, it's Williams. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Kansas City. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. but you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence, not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. On second down now, it's Lindsey, and they're able to get this one across the 35. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. On first down, Locke. He's got Jake Butt as tight end. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Cortland Sutton, his second touchdown on the season. And the Broncos have retaken the lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Yellow.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Throwing on second and long. Mahomes, he's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Room here to run. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
And that's the type of run that they're looking for because they'll need to continue to rely on him to move the sticks in this tight game in order to preserve this lead.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10.
Hey, watch it.
Hey, wahoo!
44's Mike. 44's Mike. Check.
Now it's Lindsey. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, second and 11.
You're out.
Six guard. Check 6 guard. Watch the eye.
Big grip.
A run with Lindsey out of the gun. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now Locke. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off here by Anthony Hitchens. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill that time, but it's going to be second down. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. They'll look to throw. It's Williams on the catch. It'll be a gain of 6, and just like that, it's third down. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Back to throw. It's complete to Williams. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Mahomes now 10 of 17 throwing the ball. He's got a 1st and 10.
Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day.
Now Mahomes. Flush to his right. Now a desperation throw. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill with time running out. And they have taken the lead here in the final minute.
How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one, because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on deep.
And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. Little clock management 101.
Victory in the cards now for the Chiefs as they take a knee here. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And I tell you, these division games never for the faint of heart, but they come through with a tight victory here on the road.
And you find yourself working harder in a game like this too, don't you?
Yeah,
because you got to stay with it, right? You got to stay with it. You got to stay locked in. It's our type of a game. And you just mentioned it. Division game on the road, tight, and they find a way to win it. Way to hunker down, as my old coach used to say, and find your way through.
So for Kansas City, the win gets them to 5-9 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they drop their 10th game now to fall to 4-10. And they'll be off to Oakland next week for a date with the Raiders. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.